Step back in time with us to a land where history itself was born, where legends were carved in stone, and where gods walked among mortals. We are journeying to the heart of civilization, to the banks of the mighty Nile, to uncover the secrets of ancient Egypt. More than 5,000 years ago, while much of the world was still in its infancy, a powerful kingdom emerged from the desert sands. This wasn't just a collection of villages, it was an empire built on innovation, faith, and an unbreakable will. The ancient Egyptians didn't just survive in this harsh landscape, they thrived, mastering the rhythms of the great river that gave them life. The annual flooding of the Nile was the pulse of their civilization, depositing rich, fertile soil that allowed them to grow crops, feed their people, and build a society that would last for millennia. At the very center of this world, commanding absolute power, stood the pharaoh. More than just a king, the pharaoh was seen as a living god on earth, a divine bridge connecting the mortal realm with the heavens. Their authority was absolute, their vision monumental. When a pharaoh spoke, armies marched, cities rose, and wonders were built that would defy the very concept of time. They were the shepherds of their people and the architects of eternity. And what wonders they built! Think of the Great Pyramids of Giza, the last surviving wonder of the ancient world. These are not just giant tombs, they are marvels of engineering and mathematical genius. How did they align these massive structures so precisely to the stars? How did they lift millions of stone blocks, some weighing as much as an elephant, with such accuracy? These questions still baffle experts today. The pyramids stand as a silent, powerful testament to the Egyptians' ambition and their profound belief in an eternal afterlife. But the pyramids are just the beginning. Imagine the thrill, the sheer astonishment, of Howard Carter in 1922 when he made the discovery of a lifetime. After years of searching, he broke through a sealed doorway and, with a trembling hand holding a candle, peered into the darkness. "Can you see anything?" his patron asked. "Yes," Carter replied, "wonderful things." He had found it, the untouched tomb of the boy king, Tutankhamun. Inside lay a treasure trove of gold, jewels, and artifacts, perfectly preserved for over 3,000 years. This discovery gave us an unprecedented glimpse into the opulence and sacred rituals of a pharaoh's journey to the next world. Every golden chariot, every intricate piece of jewelry, tells the story of a civilization that saw death not as an end, but as a glorious new beginning. The Egyptians' quest for eternity led them to master the science of preservation. Mummification was a sacred and complex process, an art form designed to prepare the body for its journey through the underworld. They believed the soul, or Kayan Ba, needed its physical home to return to. Priests would meticulously remove organs, treat the body with salts, and wrap it in hundreds of yards of linen bandages, placing protective amulets within the folds. This wasn't a morbid obsession with death. It was a celebration of life and the unshakable belief in its continuation. Their brilliance wasn't confined to tombs and temples. The ancient Egyptians were pioneers in countless fields. They were astronomers, mapping the constellations to create a 365-day calendar so accurate it's the basis of the one we use today. They were physicians, with knowledge of surgery, dentistry, and anatomy documented on papyrus scrolls. They were artists and architects, creating breathtaking temples like Karnak and Luxor, vast complexes of pillars and statues aligned with solstices and equinoxes, turning stone into a celestial clock. And of course, they gave us one of the world's first and most beautiful writing systems, hieroglyphs. This sacred carving wasn't just an alphabet, it was a living art. Each symbol, whether a bird, a reed, or a human eye, could represent a sound, an object, or a complete idea. From royal decrees etched on towering obelisks to spells for the afterlife painted inside tombs, hieroglyphs were the language of the gods, the administration, and the people. For centuries, their meaning was lost, until the discovery of the Rosetta Stone in 1799 gave us the key to unlock their secrets and hear the voices of the ancients once more. The story of Egypt is a grand epic, filled with legendary figures. Think of Narmer, the king who, around 3100 BC, united the two lands of Upper and Lower Egypt into a single, mighty kingdom, his legacy immortalized on a ceremonial palette. Or Hatshepsut, one of history's most powerful female rulers, who reigned as a pharaoh in her own right, ushering in an era of peace, trade, and architectural splendor. And who can forget Ramesses the Great, the warrior pharaoh who ruled for an astonishing 67 years, covering the land in monuments to his own glory. His colossal statues still inspiring awe at Abu Simbel. Egypt's power made it a beacon in the ancient world, a center for trade, knowledge, and culture. Its influence stretched far and wide, but even the greatest empires faced challenges. Waves of invaders came: the Hyksos, the Persians, the Greeks under Alexander the Great, who founded the city of Alexandria, and finally, the Romans, who made Egypt the breadbasket of their empire. Cleopatra, the last of the Ptolemaic rulers, famously tried to navigate this dangerous new world, but with her death, the age of the pharaohs came to an end. Yet, did Egypt truly fall? Or did it simply transform? The spirit of this ancient land never vanished, it flowed on. Much like the Nile itself, eternal and life-giving. Its knowledge was absorbed by the Greeks and Romans, its religious ideas influenced other faiths, and its art and architecture have inspired generations of creators. Today, as you stand before a temple, run your hand over a hieroglyph, or gaze up at the Sphinx, you're connecting with something profound. The desert winds whisper tales of pharaohs, priests, and artisans. The legacy of ancient Egypt is not just history locked away in a museum. It's in our calendar, our understanding of medicine, our concept of building for eternity. It is, in many ways, the foundational story of human civilization. It teaches us that with belief, ingenuity, and a vision that reaches for the heavens, we can achieve the impossible. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey back in time. If you were as fascinated by the wonders of ancient Egypt as we are, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next adventure into history. See you next time.